All right, hello and welcome to a very special bonus episode of the Corner Flag. We usually record Monday evenings, but this is now a Wednesday morning that we're recording this because we have.
And that's because that's how late Mukesh is this time.
Yeah,
It's just taken
he's
him
very
two
late.
days to come.
He's very late. He's so late that when he gets married and he's about to have a child, his wife will be like, "I'm late," and Mukesh will one up her by being even later. That's how late Mukesh can be in life. No, but we are recording this morning because we have managed to find some time with two absolutely smashing guests. So without further ado, let me introduce our guests for today on the show. We have Farukh Chaudhary and Cy Goddard, players for Mumbai City FC on the podcast. Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
How's it going? Cy, Farukh? How are you guys doing in the bubble?
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult at the moment, especially around Christmas time. We're not with our families and everything, but I think we're enjoying everyone's company in the team, and we're having a good laugh.
That's amazing. I wanted to ask both of you guys, right? Like, how different is it playing a league in the pandemic? Because our only options for the three of us at least are going to play five-a-side on a turf, but and we watch the Premier League, we watch the Spanish league and all of that on TV, and we see how depressing it can be with no fans in the stadium. But from a player's perspective, how does that kind of affect the game? How does that affect you guys?
I think for me, it's not too different, to be honest. The only thing would be different is like traveling to away games and stuff like that. But the whole routine of it's quite similar. So you wake up, you have breakfast, you train in the afternoon, and that whole routine is pretty much the same. It's just maybe on a game day, instead of us traveling maybe 3-4 hours to get to one venue, everything's in the same venue, so it's in some ways it's a little bit more easier. It's just like on the days off and stuff, you can't go and see your families, you can't go see your friends, you can't go outside and experience different stuff, so that's the only real difference. But yeah.
And Farukh, I wanted to ask you, like, was it tough to maintain the general fitness levels during the lockdown? Like when the lockdown first hit and everything kind of shut down, with that sort of uncertainty around you, was it tough to maintain the fitness levels? And what did you do to keep yourself fit and ready?
Obviously, it was very difficult. I think mainly, to register this thing in your head that you are going to stay in your house for a long period of time and you don't get to go out or anything. Things were pretty serious, as as you are from India as well.
Yeah.
And I think that time when I was at home, it was more of a mental thing, more than the physical thing. It was very difficult to actually put inside my head so many things going around. And the physical part, I think I tried managing, with the help of my friends. I tried to do a few of my workouts and everything, but I think it was more important that I stayed mentally fit more than being physically fit, because eventually you can get fit when you join the team. But the mental part is very difficult, which is the most important thing. I think we managed well being with the family, and being with my friends, with the help of my friends and everything.
Nice.
But as soon as we joined the team here, it was much easier than previously what it was.
Absolutely. Let's talk about Mumbai City, right? Because we are, apart from Mukesh, who's from Hyderabad and is a Hyderabad FC fan. Yeah, put you on the spot, right, Mukesh? Yeah, fuck you.
No, actually, Mumbai City, guys.
Mumbai City.
Do you hear he's so genuine when he says that, Mumbai City, they're good. Second in the league, 1 point behind the leaders with a game in hand. Where's Hyderabad, Mukesh? Where's Hyderabad?
I saw them
But
lose a few games back. It was so sad.
no, but yeah, let's talk about Mumbai City, right? Because I say we because we're fans, but it's essentially you guys. You guys are having such a great season, in a fantastic position at this point. How is the morale in the dressing room right now? Like, what's the morale in the group right now? Seeing where Mumbai City is in the table.
Sai, ask Sai. Sai is the main
Uh,
guy in the dressing room.
no, no,
Yeah.
no. No, I think yeah, we've got a very good group of players, not just technically and as footballers wise, but like personality wise. So everyone gets along, which helps us on the pitch a lot. So there's all jokes flying about. I wouldn't say I'm the main person. It's probably Rainer, the head of the jokes.
Yeah.
He's the clown. He's the clown of the team for sure. But yeah, we have a great team morale, and I think that's helping us on the pitch.
And okay, and is the new manager bounce a thing? Because of course Sergio Lobera has joined the coaching staff as head coach this season, and I think Farukh and Sai, for both of you, this is the first time you're playing under Sergio Lobera, right? Because I mean, Farukh, you've had a stint with Mumbai in the past, but this is your first full season. And what is Sergio Lobera like as a coach? Like, what are his ways of setting up a team, and for players, what type of a coach is he?
Basically, you tell us the tactics. I'll
Yeah.
just tell the Hyderabad FC team,
Yeah.
and then we can.
We can just kick Mukesh out of this part, and then we'll let him join in.
Please remove him, man. Can't trust, no?
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
can't
think,
trust.
yeah, basically, as we all know that he's a Spanish guy, and we all know what Spanish football is.
Yeah.
So it's more of being technical, on the pitch. And I think it's a lot easier when you have players like Jahu, Bumus, Sai, and Adam Lefondre, Bart Ogbeche, all the great, I mean, all the foreign guys, and also few of the Indian players who are really good technically. So I think it makes our job a little easier. And talking about the coach, yeah, he's a guy, to be honest, off the pitch as well. Doesn't talk a lot, very shy kind of guy. And yeah, I think we are enjoying this season under him, and looking forward to the next season, I would say.
Lovely. Let's also talk about the City Football Group partnership, because it's one of the biggest deals in the ISL that has gone through. I personally am a Man United fan, so it's a little tricky for me. But of course,
Boo!
Yeah, now boo,
Bigger boo for you.
yeah,
Yeah,
fine,
let's
fine.
throw a Moog.
Yeah, but
Wait, unless do you guys support Man? Which clubs do you guys support?
no, yeah,
Man
actually,
City,
that's.
Man City.
Oh, are you just saying that, Farooq? Are you just saying that? And Sai, what about you? Like, what team do you support?
Pause.
I was brought up a Chelsea fan.
Oh, there we
Oh.
go. Oh, we feel
Oh.
so bad that Prashant isn't here. So the fourth presenter, Prashant, is a Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
In this
Do
diverse
we though? But
environment.
like we've said many
Yeah, we
times
don't.
in the show, we can only have one Chelsea supporter.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's fine that Prashant is not
It's
around.
absolutely fine. Yeah, but yeah, just going back to the impact of the City Football Group. Have you, as players, noticed any differences in the way Mumbai City as a club is run now, or are there any changes that you guys feel, or for you guys it's just, man, you know what, we're going to set up our team, we're going to go out and we're going to win. That's all that we are focused on.
Well, I wasn't here last year, and I don't think Farukh was, so we didn't really know the setup before. But coming into the setup now, the organization is very, very good. So they're on top of everything. The way the club, especially through this hard time, and the way everything's set out is very comfortable for us. So we can focus all our attention on the pitch. So I'd say organization level is very good. But yeah.
It's amazing that you say that they're on top of everything, because the one thing that they're not top of is the English Premier League table. Mukesh, back
Oh,
me up here. Liverpool and Man United, first and second in the table. Woohoo! If of course people from the City Football Group want us to edit that out, we will gladly do so. Please don't banish us. Uh, uh, let's talk about footballing journeys, right? Because I mean, both of you are young players, and it. I think I'm the oldest person on this podcast right now, and it pains me to say this.
I think
So
Sai
you're
is.
always.
Yeah, that's true.
Sai, what's your age?
34.
Oh, yeah,
34,
34.
right?
Oh,
I told you guys.
okay. Then that makes me feel a little better. I still have like a few years in the tank to make my professional footballing debut.
That's the best joke we've ever had on the podcast.
Absolutely.
Ever. All
Uh,
105 episodes put together.
but yeah, let's talk about your footballing journeys, right? I want to go to Farukh to start off this one. When did you know that you wanted to be a footballer? Like, what was the moment when you realized and it clicked in your head that, man, this is what I want to do in life. This is my goal. This is my dream, and I'm going to follow it.
Yeah, I actually started playing football from the age of 11, and just playing for enjoyment.
Yeah.
And I think after my board exams, 10th standard, there was a time where you get like 3 to 4 months vacation, and you do whatever you want. And that was the time few of my coaches, like local, I play for a local team there, so they used to ask me actually, this is a very important time of your life, what do you want to do and everything. So that was the time I used to actually decide what I want to do. Obviously my father was like, if you want to play football, you have to study. If you don't study, then no football. It was as simple as that.
Yeah.
So I had to manage both, but I think I was pretty lucky when it was about the coaches, about the team I got. Uh, it helped me a lot, talking about my local club and then going from there to Pune and so on. So I think that part of my life was very important after my 10th standard. But eventually, it's also about the opportunities you get and how important it is. I mean, how well I can use it. That shows, like, how hungry you are, how passionate you are.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And what do you think is absolutely necessary for a young Indian kid who wants to be a footballer, just going by your personal experiences? Because we'll have a lot of young people listening into this podcast. So if there's somebody out there who's listening to this who also dreams of being a footballer, can you give your perspective, like as somebody who's been there, done that, as to what that kid needs to be doing in order to realize
yeah,
that dream?
yeah, it's very important to be patient. When you're young, you get demotivated really fast when you don't get what you want. So I think it's very important to keep working hard and be patient and wait for your chance. You will get your chance. And I think if you, obviously everyone aims to play the top league. For example, for us, like Indians want to play the ISL directly,
Yeah.
but you got to understand that it's not so easy. You have to start from the lowest level.
Yeah.
From there, you have to keep growing, and then you will get your chance to play in the ISL. I think that's very important to be patient and actually believe in yourself that you will make it one day.
Nice. Sai, I'm going to go over to you for a second, because you say you grew up as a Chelsea fan, but you joined the Spurs academy. So what led to that decision? Was it tough for you as a Chelsea fan to be in the Spurs academy, because London rivals, right?
Yeah, to be fair, I joined Tottenham when I was 10 years old, so quite young, but I was just really happy to be in such a great environment. The setup and structure of Tottenham Academy is probably one of the top academies in the world. So
Yeah.
at that age, being able to play for Tottenham, saying to all your friends, "Yeah, I play for Tottenham Academy," is like a massive achievement. So yeah, of course, Chelsea are rivals and stuff like that. But I wasn't really thinking that at the time. I know a lot of people were like, "How can you support Chelsea and play for Tottenham. But most of the boys playing for Tottenham at the time supported Arsenal, so it wasn't too much of a change for me. It was more for them.
Yeah. And
Follow-up question: have you ever worn a Chelsea kit to training at any point during your Spurs career?
It's like a prank or something.
No.
I think that would be a serious breach of rules. Like, for example, if Mukesh came into this podcast wearing a Hyderabad FC jersey, we would fine him. We would suspend him for like 3 podcast episodes. It's the same way.
Yeah, we wouldn't be here then. No,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'd lose our guests because of something that Mukesh did. Not only would he come late for recording, he would come late wearing the absolute worst possible clothing that he could on the day.
Mumbai, Hyderabad, friends. Bye. We're all friends.
No. You can't just say that.
Yeah. But so do you still follow Spurs games, or do you end up following Chelsea games more?
Well, I follow both, to be honest. It's good to see some of the players progressing that I played with, playing in the first team, or even other Premier League teams, to see like some of your people that you've grown up playing with, playing in the Premier League. So of course it's a great league to watch, and I try and watch every big game. So I follow both, to be honst.
Now, did you watch the Amazon documentary?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, Mukesh, you were saying something.
No, I have a question, right? So what is it when you watch football on screen and you played football on a pitch, both of you? What is it that football fans like us who've never played on a pitch at any professional level or amateur level, we just don't get? Like, what is something we just don't get that you guys get? So you played and you saw it on screen. What is the big difference for you guys?
I'll let Farukh answer that one.
Hey, Cy, don't do that, man.
Yeah, I'll let you answer that.
Controversial question.
You're going to get yourself
No, you can tell us anything. Like, at what point are you guys like, fans are so stupid, they don't get this?
No. It's a very simple thing. I think there's only one misunderstanding, which is like when a striker misses a chance, the fans think that he means it. That's the difficult part. Other than that, I think it's the same. The rush you get from football, it's the same. It's just that we are experiencing it on the pitch and you guys are experiencing it, in your house or in the stadium, wherever you are. Yeah. It's the same.
As a striker, do you ever, like, if you're through on goal, and you have the fans cheering behind you, and unfortunately you miss, and there's always, and unfortunately, like, I think we've all been guilty of that as fans. You say, "Fuck you, man! What are you doing? Yeah, why can't you score? I could have scored that in my sleep." And you're saying that to like probably like world-class strikers as a fan. Screw you, Fernando Torres. I could have scored that. Does it ever feel to you like you just want to turn around and be like, "Tu karke dikha na." Like, just do it, na then.
Yeah, earlier it was, when you are actually very immature or something like that. Yeah. But when you know that obviously they are doing that because they love the team, they want their team to win. Yeah. Obviously, they want you to score. It's very normal, for them to get irritated or angry on that player. Yeah. So that's fine. Now it's fine. Yeah. Now I'm a bit calm. Before I was not. Yeah. If I would hear that, oh God, then get it back.
Yeah. I think that's the reason why I won't ever be a professional footballer, because I don't think I'm mature enough to deal with that pressure and to deal with the fans. I think that's the only reason. That is the only reason. Right? It has nothing to do with the massive paunch that I'm hiding in this camera angle. It has nothing to do with that. All right, I'm going to go to Cy now. You've played in England, obviously, with Spurs. You've played in Italy with Benevento. You've played in Cyprus, and now you're playing in India. So it's a really amazing sort of trajectory in terms of the places that you've gone to play with. What were those experiences like? And in particular, the experiences at Benevento and in Cyprus?
So I think everyone's a bit different. So in the Italian with Benevento, most of the players are Italian there. So a lot of it's like seeing a different culture. you can see the passion with the players, you can see the passion with the fans, and you can see why it's such a massive sport in their country. And yeah, the fans can be ruthless at times when you're not doing well, but when you are doing well, they're in love with you. So it's massive, like it's very different to see.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it a lot. Very good experience for me. Seeing the playing styles as well is very tactical there.
Yeah.
So you have to get used to that. And in Cyprus, in the Cypriot League, there were some very good players in the Cypriot League, especially in our team. Didn't do so well last year for the quality we had in our team. But the standard was very high, and it was good to train alongside some really good players. So yeah.
I want to talk also about your dual nationality. Maybe a lot of listeners don't know this, but you're Japanese and English. So I think you're Japanese, born and brought up in England. So you can represent both teams, but you decided to represent Japan. Now, for Indians, for example, we don't have the option of dual nationality. And there's not a lot of Indians here who've gone through the experience of picking a national side to represent at a global sporting level. So from your perspective, at what point did you make that decision, and what were the factors that were key in you making that decision that, you know what, I could represent England, but I want to go represent Japan?
I don't know, it was quite strange. So from a young age, I've really supported watching the Japan teams in the World Cup, because all my mates are supporting England. So it's sometimes good to go against your mates.
Yeah.
Always.
I always love
Hyderabad. Akash is Everton. So yeah, completely. Yeah.
So I was always supporting Japan's at World Cup, wanting them to do well, and they've done very well at quite a few World Cups. And as well, the playing style fits me perfectly as well, the way they play. And I thought, just 10 years old, even my dad, that's English, was like, yeah, you should go and playing for Japan would be an unbelievable achievement to do. And I was able at under 16 level to play for them up to, I think it was under 19 level. I was playing up with youth teams, and for me it was a great experience playing with the boys and the playing style. And if you talk to anyone that knows about the youth football in Japan and seeing their team at national level, you always say, oh, how good they are, and how fast they can move the ball around the pitch, and the quality and the technical players. So I think people will be surprised how really good the youth teams are there. So yeah, I thought there's a lot of different factors why the Japanese national team are one that I would say, wow, this is a massive achievement if I could one day play for them.
Lovely. All right, now we're going to open up the next round of questions to both of you. All right, think of it as somewhat of a rapid fire, but not quite. You can take a little bit time as well. Let's start off with your footballing idols. For you guys, who are your absolute footballing idols?
Farukh first.
Yeah, Farukh.
My idol is Cy Goddard.
Yeah, my idol is Farukh.
See, this is what it takes. Does Hyderabad FC have this camaraderie in their dressing room? Huh? I think not.
No, their players also say Farukh Chaudhary.
All right, but outside of Mumbai City FC, let's open the pool a little bit. Outside of Mumbai City FC, who are your footballing idols? Farukh, go first.
Okay, so when I started football from the time, from my childhood, I like Ronaldinho. But if you ask me currently, I like Neymar. I would follow him, the way he does things on the pitch, it's like amazing.
Lovely. And Sai?
For me, growing up, I've always loved the Barcelona team, and the star man is Messi. So he can just do some ridiculous stuff on the ball. So yeah, it's always enjoyable watching him play.
Nice. All right. Who is the toughest opponent you've ever faced in your entire career?
Apart from each other, because I'm guessing first you guys will say, oh, like.
Yeah. In fact, I'm just looking at the list of questions. I think for all the questions, the answers can be each other as the first answer. It just perfectly fits. But yeah, so the toughest opponent you guys have faced in your entire careers in all the leagues.
Opponent as a team or a player?
As a team and a player. Let's do both.
As a team. For me, I think when I was playing with the under 23 national team, I played against Sydney FC where Adam Lefondre was playing, and at that time I think that's the toughest opponent. Oh God, that match was like I don't want to play 90 minutes. I just want to get out of the match. They were like making us run like crazy. It was very tough, and we being youngsters, there was all the players were like under 23 and their team was like a proper they were the champions that season, I think, in the A League.
Right.
And it was Alfie's Adams' first game that time, the preseason game. He scored one goal and they scored some, I think 3-0 something. That was the toughest game, I think.
And would you say that Adam Lefondre is the toughest opponent as a player?
As a player, I wouldn't know because he's a striker. I'm a striker. For me, it would be any defender, right?
Yeah.
So talking about the ISL, I think the toughest opponent would be right now in my team. I would say Fall, Murtada Fall.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And Sai, what about you? What's the toughest opponent, team and player for you?
Probably when I was at Spurs and when I got the opportunity to train up with the first team, Moussa Dembele. He's absolute beast of a player. So when he had the ball, you couldn't take it off him. Sometimes you knew what he was gonna do, and just get his body there. There's no way you're going through him. And when he's coming to press you, to try and move the ball quick, because when he comes in like one meter away from you, he's going to get his body there, or his arm there, or his little finger there, and just push you aside. So for me, training with him, he was an absolute joke of a player, and that's why probably he's done so well in his career. But yeah.
All right. For both of you again, what is the one thing that you absolutely love about Mumbai as a city? Of course, I mean, for Sai, you've come in and you're playing, but you're in Goa, you're in the bubble, so you might not have experienced a lot of the Mumbai city. But Farukh can help you out on this one as a Bombay boy. He can help you out in this.
Say Sai, street food.
Have you had Have you had the chance to sample any of the street food here, though?
One day we had, I think, this pani puri. I don't think that he had it. I don't remember.
Yeah, I have to be careful with some of the Indian food, because I might be on the toilet all night because I'm not so used to it.
To be honest, that's true for all of us.
Yeah, that's true. The thing about Indians is a lot of Indians will be like, oh, you can't handle Indian food and all. We can't handle it either. We're just too proud to accept that we can't handle it. But yeah. All right. I think we kind of had an answer to this earlier on in the episode, but I want to make it official. Who's the joker in the Mumbai City FC dressing room? Who's the one who's always playing pranks, who's always getting the morale up? Who's that guy?
Rainier. It's Rainier.
It's Rainier, right?
Fernandez.
Sure.
Yeah.
He has a heavy social media presence with Mumbai City FC also. It's it has to be Rainier. And Sai, are you going to go with Rainier as well?
Yeah, he's the clown of the team.
All right.
For sure.
Okay, so can you share like one incident with us? One of his best or funniest pranks?
Sai.
He doesn't really. I don't think he does really pranks, but he just.
Yeah.
If music's playing, he's the first one to get up and start dancing and shaking his bum around the change room and everything, and he just doesn't care. Everyone's just dying of laughter, and yeah, for sure, Rain is top of the list by far.
All right, and on the other end of the spectrum, who's the most serious guy in the dressing room? You know, like a Roy Keane type of figure, who you don't want to mess with, somebody with like experience and is very serious, and you know, you have tons of respect, but you dare not cross him. Like somebody, even Rainier would be like, yeah, I'm not going to mess with that guy. I'm too scared of this person to go and like be a joker around this person.
I don't think we have someone this
No
season, right,
one's
Sai?
no one's overly serious, but
Not even the skipper. Not even the skipper.
In train,
No, not so much. Everyone's fun,
chilled.
Yeah.
All right, lovely. See,
I'd say the only one you wouldn't want to mess with in training is Fool, because
Yeah.
he'll go straight through you with one of his challenges and his size. So,
Yeah.
but he's a nice guy, so
Yes.
I wouldn't say he's proper serious or anything like that. You just wouldn't want to get in the way of one of his tackles.
Yeah, I think Akarsh, we should introduce Farukh and Cy to our definition of a defender like that. You remember from many episodes ago, you want to introduce them to the definition of this type of defender?
Zach, so this is a running joke with our podcast. We call them a thudda. It's just like there's that thudda.
A thudda.
The big defender where you walk up to him and you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna pass it back to my keeper. I'll see you like hopefully not the rest of the game.
Yeah. There's that. And finally, I think it's we're running out of time as well. You guys have other commitments as well. This has been an absolutely fun chat. Before we let you guys go, it's a very simple question, and there's honestly only one answer to it. Cy and Farukh, as avid listeners of footballing podcasts from around the world, what is your favorite football podcast that you love listening to week in, week out?
For me, of course, the Corner Flag podcast.
That was unprompted, guys. That was unprompted.
Wait, Farukh, you were going to say the same thing?
I was going to say the same thing. Come on, Sai, you should have let me answer first.
All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it from you also.
I was hoping they were texting each other. What's the name of this?
What's it called? It was a goal net, something like that.
Some obscure football terminology. But that brings us to the end of this absolutely fantastic episode. Thank you so much, Farukh and Cy, for taking the time out and talking to us. This has been an absolute blast. We hope we can catch up with you guys again once the season's over and we have the ISL trophy in our hand. I mean, not in your hands. And
I wouldn't mind in my hand either. We could take a couple of photos, different angles.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you so much for coming. Yeah, thank you so much for coming and joining us. And we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much for
having
us.
Best of luck for the rest of the season. Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.